Now this is the time where I didn't get paid for $1,000 of work. So I started my freelance career about 12 years ago, and when I first started, I was only charging $10 for logos and $50 for websites. It was actually absolutely insane. So one day I get one of my new clients, and I'm really excited. I don't want to lose them. And they agreed to do about $1,000 for a website. This was way more money than I was used to making when I first started. So I didn't want anything to go wrong. I didn't know anything about contracts, so that wasn't even an issue at that point. I went ahead and I started work right away. In the end, the client was happy and satisfied, so I happily sent my invoice via email and waited to collect my money. But I was kind of surprised when she emailed me back and said she wasn't happy with it all of a sudden. She wasn't willing to pay. Oh no. I just put 30 to 40 hours of hard labor into this website. The image is live. The website's live. The images are created. How could you not pay me for that? Especially when you already said you were satisfied. This happens often in freelance careers. It happens more often than it should. So what did I do? Well, I just said I'm sorry, and I never got paid. I never asked her to pay because we had no contract. She had every right to just say I wasn't happy. I couldn't take her to court. I had no contract. I had no say, and it sucked. So what can you do in this situation so that this never happens to you? Well, first of all, have a contract. Have a contract, have a contract. And in that contract, state that refunds cannot happen once the project is past a certain level, and that the first 50% down payment is due before any work starts. Trust me, I've had clients get me started on work, and they all of a sudden disappear after I already started, never to be found again. And I lost a couple hours of work each time that happened. If you get 50% up front before the project starts, you're guaranteed to at least have that money. And if you have signed a contract, you can make sure that's not refundable, unless there's certain circumstances, obviously, if you don't satisfy everything you and the client agree upon. So contracts are so vital. And getting that 50% down payment before any big project starts is very important. So how do I go about creating a contract? There's a fantastic website called legalcontracts.com where you can go on and you put in certain specifications and what your hourly rate will be and all these other specifications, whether you want a down payment or not, and it'll actually create a contract for you. You can do that, or there's several websites of graphic designers, of illustrators, where they've created contracts for you to download and adapt. So I am not a legal expert, but this is just kind of a general starting point to go ahead and get that contract and to go ahead and prepare future clients that you will require some kind of upfront payment. 25 to 50% would be standard, but just know whatever you don't get, it could disappear forever. You just never know if you don't have a relationship with a client what will happen by the end, and you want to protect yourself and make sure you get that money up front.